Welcome everyone back to the Slipstream European Winter Cup. We are joined by Bplus Choke and Hamood in the grand finals. Of course, I see my co-commentator, Bar Maniton. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. What a way to make my ECC debut or Slipstream debut, in a final of this European Winter Cup. So many teams have been battling to find themselves in this final, but we know who they are now. It is Bplus Choke and Hamood, as you said, and I can't wait to see what these two teams can offer us in such an exciting final.
Oh, exactly. 20 teams entered for a chance at a €210 prize pool. Only 2 remain now. We've seen 2 more get eliminated today. Both of these, of course, had their showings earlier in 4-2 wins. Winner of this will get €210. Sorry, they'll get €150 for their team. The second place will get 50. And of course, we're getting underway here now. Can I get a prediction from you, actually? Who do you think will take this series?
Prediction, well, I've casted Hylia before. He's played in the league that I cast most RSC quite a lot, so I'm going to have to back him here and say Bplus Choke take it, but I think I'll put it in 6 again. We've already seen 2 game 6s. I'll say another one, 4-2 for Bplus Choke. What about you?
See, I think I'm going to have to go with Bplus Choke as well for other reasons. I can explain them later. If they win, it's purely a hunch, but I want to go 7 games because I want the drama. There's money on the line. There's a bit of money actually. It's only been a couple days. You want €210 for a couple days of Rocket League. Who doesn't love that? I'm sure we can get 7 games going here. Is first 30 seconds gone and nothing cool eventful. Never mind. I'm forced to eat my words yet again. Aero striking first in this entire series in the grand finals, and what a way to do it as well. We've seen Bplus be absolutely dominant, be very, very physical actually, as we saw last series, and doing it again, just putting stress on the defender. And Aero, excellent flick, places it out of harm's way and into the goal.
Yeah, good chemistry coming out from Hamood. They're all both on the same wavelength, linking up in the final third, and they're trying to expand on that already, although they do, of course, have to be wary of the counters. Bplus Choke almost scored in it, and have just initially set up such a great period of pressure that counter comes from, and, the other team can't deal with it. Means that Bplus Choke get the reward of an equalizer, and, Hamood just switch off for a second, and they're pulled back already.
Oh yeah, Choke was very, very dominant in the semi-final performance we saw from him earlier today. Of course, every player here has been dominant throughout the entire event. That's how you get to this point. Unfortunately, we didn't quite see the defense, of course, that we wanted from Hamood, and now this one launches onto the backboard. Choke actually going to wait there instead. Payne's going to have the shot, and that's finally forced in by Choke. Payne gets an assist there, actually second assist for him of the game, and Choke's second goal looking very good there. The awareness as well, knowing when to stay back and then finally when to strike. This is going to be an absolute slug of a match.
Yeah, Bplus Choke there, positioning perfectly. He knew that Hylia was coming back, and although maybe they were pushed a bit far high up the field, if you're just scoring goals like this, then it doesn't really matter how defensive you have to be, because Hamood just cannot keep them out, and Hylia now gets his first, and Bplus Choke's third.
Oh, easy as you like it. We've seen every single goal assisted as well. Payne now with the tactician, of course, 3 assists and after 3 goals scored a minute in. I thought first goal Hamood, they're looking very strong. Never mind, Bplus Choke. We said they'd win. I don't think we thought it would be like this. Of course, I thought it would be slow, calculated, methodical. Turns out both teams just want to go for the goal, and they're making it happen. As Lex is going to pass one out, Aero gets a touch as well, but Hylia's going to be here and gets a touchdown. Choke to the corner once more, looking for the follow-up instead. This one bouncing out, and the counter-attack may be formed here by the Hamood squad.
Not quite to be, though. It's Bplus Choke just cut it out, and now Choke almost has one in the back of the net yet again, but cannot find it this time as Hamood keep it out and then go up the other end themselves, trying to get something from this, but lots of midfield interceptions going around at the moment. Neither team really setting up any domination after a great fight back after conceding the opener from Bplus Choke, so maybe this is where the midfield battle really starts to commence, because we haven't seen a shot in about a minute or so, and that's the first real lack of tempo we've seen throughout this final just yet.
Oh, definitely. I think midfield is where this game and this series as a total is going to be sort of fought and won and lost. As if you can cut out those passes in midfield, obviously the opponents don't have any pressure, but it's more than that. You can then force that pressure onto your opponents. If you think that you've got a pass upfield, it's cut out, you're 1 out of position, and 2 not prepared to actually deal with that pressure and potentially boost issues. As this one nearly on target as well. The good attempt at disruption from the Bplus Choke attacker. Instead, Payne wants to stay with this, and Can't quite force that fourth assist. Going to be racking them up throughout the series, I have no doubt, though.
Yeah, they've firmly broken the midfield line here, Bplus, so trying to set up their waves of pressure, but Hamood have done well to break out of that without conceding another goal. They keep it at 2 for now, and with 2 minutes left, that's plenty of time for them to make this comeback, and they just need to start offering a bit more in front of net. This double commit is not going to do their chances any good, as it just allows so much time for Bplus to play out of defense and get rid of it, although they don't do well enough, and now a double commit comes out from them, so there's mistakes in these two sides. It's just whoever makes the most of them quick enough. That's certainly not a mistake from Choke, just very well to get it away from the front post, but there's no one back post for Bplus Choke at the moment. Can Hamood make anything of it? No, not quite. No, a very ambitious redirect from Choke. Lexa gets it away, and well, it's really heating up now.
Oh yeah, the shots raining in left, right, center, and everyone on the pitch has at least one shot. Everyone on the pitch has contributed to a goal or stopped a goal at the very least. And another demo there from Bplus, who has been doing this for the entirety of tonight. Lexa not quite going to get that shot off either. Paney now going to stay with it and will have enough boost for a flick and maybe a follow-up as well. Instead, stopped in his tracks. And once more now, another attack from Bplus Choke going to be turned away by Lexa. And we'll see Aero chase upfield, wanting to make another attack for his team come to fruition here.
Almost comes off, but doesn't quite work. And again, that counter is there for Bplus Choke. Aero does not deal with it. Just invites so much attention to this back post from Bplus Choke, but again, they cannot do anything with it. 3 will have to do. They're looking for their fourth. Is it? No, it's off the post from Choke. Now Lexa will get it away. Can Hamood do anything with this? They have 40 seconds left to get 2 goals. They had 2 minutes left just a few seconds ago, but that time has rapidly come off of the clock, and it means that Bplus Choke should have enough about them to see this one out. They're going for very ambitious aerial plays, but Hamood just haven't left themselves enough time to fight back, and although it's been close, Bplus Choke have been the better side. They have had quite a lot more shots, and they have had the midfield domination that we were saying would be required of the eventual winners of this game number 1.
Oh, definitely, yeah. And as much as, obviously, Bplus Choke, they've been absolutely brilliant on offense. They're creating so many chances. You have to give credit to Hamood for the defense. They've been putting up 5 saves from Lexa, as well as Bplus and Aero being there when they need to, purely to stop things before they even become actual threats on goal. And it's great that they have fought back. Unfortunately, they lose this first game 3-1. They hit the first goal in 30 seconds, and then we saw a couple rifled in there from Bplus Choke, who will look to continue with this pressure. They are looking very dominant and very scary in this first game.
Yeah, there's definitely positives to take for Hamood here. I think all 4 goals of this game came in the first minute or thereabouts, so Hamood were definitely keeping pace with Bplus Choke. They just didn't switch on fast enough despite their opener, so if they can keep up this defensive solidity into the rest of game number 2, then they will certainly have opportunities opening up at the other end if they keep that solid. And maybe Bplus Choke not quite win it all yet. It's only the first game, so much time left in this series, and Bplus Choke, yes, they had chances, yes, they scored 3, but they certainly had some inaccurate moments, and Hamood are very much still in this.
Exactly, it's a best of 7. You have so much time to come back from anything, and it's only 1 game, and you've scored, and you've created chances, and you've all taken shots. There's so many variables that you could put down to, oh, we just conceded a couple because of this, but there's also so many variables that you could put towards, we're going to score and win and take the entire series because of this. We're only in game 2, we're only on Forbidden Temple, and I'm genuinely excited for the rest of this. As everyone, again, they're going to be ready. They'll have had some sort of small pep talk, just consolidating what they want to work on as the series progresses, and kickoff here pretty dead, but Choke, again, just wanting to start that first offense for his team.
They're looking to make sure that they are the teams to open the scoring this time, as they have that early match pressure, but the 10 seconds do not bring anything for them, and now Hamood have a chance to bring it out as Aero is pushing up the right-hand side, although it's cut out immediately. Paney's on the end of this one. He has it on target, but Bplus is equal to it. Now Choke's up, he has it on target, and no one from Hamood can get the save. 1-0 Bplus Choke.
And that's Choke leading from the front. I don't know if he's the captain. I feel like he's sort of the namesake of the team to an extent, and of course he's just there, poaching, waiting for that shot, and puts it home easy as you like it. He's put his team up by 1 in even less time than it took Hamood in the last game, and now that's 4 goals unanswered. Hamood are going to need to fight back. Not necessarily immediately, it would help, but they have time to do something. It's going to be difficult the longer they wait to do it, though, as they have a chance here, instead cut out by Choke, and Hylia again just wants to stay with it. Lexa going for a boom upfield. No one's going to be there. Paney wants to cut this one out now. Choke downfield, and that may drop again to Paney, and a miss will start yet another attack here. Instead, actually ricocheting off the sidewall. Finally, we'll see an attack cut out.
And it just goes straight up the other end. Bplus has an empty net to aim at, and after it looked like Hamood have had to play such a defensive game throughout this final so far, they've just been gifted an opportunity here. This means that they can go back to that defense. Rest assured that they will be able to have another counter opportunity like that, because it doesn't matter how much Bplus can score if they're just giving up opportunities, and Hamood will very, very gladly score moments like that.
Oh, definitely, yeah. You know, the awareness of where you're meant to be and what wasn't quite there, unfortunately, for the defense, and then the goal goes in easy as you like it, really, and Haney just trying to cause some disruption. Highly are going to leave that one for Choke. That's great communication and great awareness. I assume it was, a bit of both, knowing my teammate should be here and then the confirmation in comms, and as that happens, a nice attempt at the passing play going to be far post and kept out by Hylia again. Boom downfield and should be able to take that, and not quite going to be on the receiving end, is Haney instead. Choke wants to stay with it, but Hylia going to be smacking these ones into the box, just trying to put some pressure on the defense, as we've seen what that can do before.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to stay with the similar theme of Bplus Choke controlling and Hamood just hoping that something opens up in the counter. They've already got one from it, so they're certainly still in this one, but at the moment all the domination is in Bplus Choke's favor. They just keep them pending at the halfway line. Again, Hylia gets that interception. Maybe this is an opportunity, but that demo might do wonders from Bplus. It's not on target from Lexa though, and Hylia makes sure that it has gotten clear, so that felt like it was an opportunity for Hamood to go in the lead, and now it might be a very long time before they get another one, because Bplus Choke are just so dominant in the midfield and keeping up that pressure. 5 shots to them, only 1 for Hamood is evidence of that.
I think that's the way they're going to want to do it, really. As Bplus getting demos, anyone else can demos is also great, but Bplus knows how to do it, and he's showing that he can consistently against any team, really, even at the top echelons of the game. And now Hylia going to take a shot. That's very high and wide, but the redirect central may prove to be better instead. Paney looking to clean it up, and that's going to be again just high, and Lexa will get the save medal now. That's showing again Hamood, they're really on the back foot, and Hylia just putting the nail in the coffin potentially, as they're having so much pressure. Like you said, 1 shot for Hamood, 8 for Bplus Choke, and this is how they want to be doing it, working it forward. Finally, when there's a gap, they strike, and they strike with so much ferocity. There was no chance Hamood was saving that one.
Yeah, I mean, despite Hamood's lack of offensive presence, they felt pretty comfortable in their own half. They've been dealing with a lot of shots coming their way. As we said, they spent 4 minutes of the last game just solidly defending, but it's moments like that from Bplus Choke where they just whip out the mechanics and catches Hamood off guard. That's how they're going to win it, and they've gotten the lead here from it. It looks like they're going to continue on with it, score more goals, although as I say that, the caster curse will and truly comes out, because once again, Bplus Choke just leave the net wide open and Hamood equalise.
I was worried for a second Arrow was going to somehow try and get that, and then, okay, he did, but I thought I was just going to ricochet off the side. It'd be the worst attempt at a redirect ever, but it goes in, no worries. Lexa now has the save middle and the goal. 100% shooting rate for both players on Hamood, actually, which I'm sure they'll take. Unfortunately, they're not quite up in this game yet, and that is what they're going to want to end it on, really, and there's been so much pressure put on them. They just need to work it out. They're playing very well from the midfield, and when they have the ball presented to them further up the field, they can work with it. It's just not quite being able to convert anything when they're starting from their own back corner, from their own, baseline, anything like that.
And then on the other hand, you have this Bplus Choke side putting on so many shots, putting on such quality in front of net, and then just letting it all go to waste by leaving empty nets like that. They have to keep up this defensive rotation, because Hamood are so able to quickly score open nets like that. So Bplus Choke, yes, they're driving it, yes, they're controlling the pace and the tempo, but if they cannot cut out those rare errors, it doesn't matter how rare they are, because they're always going to crop up, and Hamood are looking at very capable of scoring. This one might be just a mechanical play of their own, as Arrow looks to get the ambitious center, but no one is on the end of it, and Bplus Choke get it clear. Now Choke has a chance, but Arrow has left himself plenty of time to get this one clear off of the post.
Arrow stranded there in the backfield, though. Obviously, Lexa making the attempt that was shut down, but you saw Bplus in the goal, going for those demos. And but what? Oh, I'm so annoyed that he go in, because again, I just wanted to see that. It would have been brilliant. But again, yeah, the overcommits, the attempts to demo to cause structure, to just change up the playstyle, like we're seeing Hamood's try. It's a good idea, and it has worked at times, or it's created opportunities at times. But they need to be careful not to, go for anything too ambitious. Aero again, trying to dunk off the ceiling. That's, I think, the third time I've seen him try that in half an hour or something ridiculous like that. And now off the sidewall, Choke not going to be able to get to that Hylia. A boom downfield, and we may see a 0-second ball hit the ground unless Aero can do anything with this. Overtime, not what he wants, and it will happen anyway. The first game that Hamood have a chance of winning, it's looking promising for them. They need to just have more shots on target, to have pressure, to make a Bplus choke, really.
Yeah, it definitely felt like they've grown into this game number 2. That last minute or so was much more open. They had plenty more chances going forward, and again, it might open up for them here, but Choke again just stays switched on, and maybe Bplus Choke, as Hamood have come into this a bit more, have realised that their defensive output needs to step up a little bit, and it means that Hamood, trying to break it down, have to try that little bit harder. They have to bring out the mechanical play. Aero's certainly been trying. He's been, as you say, very ambitious off of that ceiling, but nothing has come off for them like that just yet, and now they're having to do defending again. This game too has opened right up into this overtime.
Oh yeah, and you say mechanics. Last series, Hamood were outclassing their opponents in mechanics easily, 2 or 3 times over. You barely saw their opponent go up, and now we are seeing that attempt there, and we've seen Aero obviously off the ceiling doing whatever Aero wants to do. But Bplus Choke have shown way more mechanics and just way more sort of ability to stay fluent with the ball and their car and keep speed, and that seems to be what's creating their chances. They are everywhere at the same time despite having so much players on field, and that's going to be a mislip actually from the defenders, and we'll see Paney slot this one home. At least that was Lexa there, just flipping out the way, I'm sure trying to get that dunk, that read, and unfortunately again, Bplus Choke, they've taken their second game. It's looking very hard for Hamood to come back in this series.
Yeah, it's a good link up from Paney and Choke in the middle, but you have to be feeling for Lexa there. That one was so savable. He's gotten 5 saves here. I think he got quite a few in the last game too, so that's just the moment where you crack, and you cannot afford to do that. We're talking about Bplus Choke doing it, now it's Hamood's turn, and if you make mistakes like that, that shot was really fast. It was still difficult to stop, but it was very savable. It was avoidable, but Bplus Choke are the benefactors. They go 2-0 up, and they're now halfway through the crowning moment of this final of the European Winter Cup. Can they keep it up? Can they even get an unprecedented sweeper? Can Hamood prove their worth and fight back? It's just a question of whether Hamood can come back into it. They've certainly shown their defensive prowess, but it really is still the offense we need to see step it up.
Yeah, it's more their defense is good, and looking at the scoreboard, 5 saves, 4 saves, 2 saves, they have the ability to save shots, but there's so much pressure. We saw 7 shots from one individual on Bplus Choke in that game, and Hamood, they just need those chances, and they're not getting them. I'm not entirely sure what they need to change, because you might say try, mechanics, something like that, just try and be more creative, but they've been shut down. They've tried mechanics and it hasn't worked. They need to think of a solution, whether it's more passing plays, more just slowing the game down even more than they have been at times. And Hylia actually won't get that first goal. Was very, very close, unfortunately. Not going to go in, and this third game starting, it's going to look dire if Hamood can't take this.
I mean, we've seen a couple of reverse sweeps in esports today, but it's going to be tough no matter what the circumstance is. It would be pretty disastrous if Hamood go 3-0 down here. Certainly still in it, but they haven't really shown that they'd be able to pull off a feat like that. And again, they're already on the back foot. Bplus Choke just proving that they want this more. They're proving to be the better team, and a bit of chaos comes out. Can Bplus Choke make the most of it? No, Choke can't find the touch, and they'll have to find another way through. His Hylia now picks it up. He's got Choke waiting in behind him. He's picked this one up. Can he get it off the wall for Paney coming in? But no, he can't, as it doesn't quite reach him. Great demo from Choke on the rotation backwards. It just cuts out all of the pressure from Hamood. It allows him so much chance to get back. And look at Choke here, just calmly playing it out despite the players coming forward. That demo really just sets him up for... Okay. Borstas shuts that down and gets that idea firmly out of my head, as Hamood do get the opener in game number 3 despite everything I've just been saying.
It's so that they're managing to score in every game. That's now their 4th goal of the series, so they're proving that they can do stuff, and they do seem to work better potentially from a kickoff or the start of the game, or just where there's, where before it becomes a completely free flow structure, they're working well. And It's okay. Never mind. Again, choke.
Wow.
What? Why? What's the point in trying here? They prove us wrong every time with the skill. And Hylia into the corner wall. Brilliant. Choke reading that to perfection. Slots that home. No one was getting there whatsoever. And easy as you like it. Slammed home. That's now a tied game with only a minute gone yet again.
Yeah, just no one waiting back post from this Hamood side. They needed to get that defensive rotation just a little bit quicker, but Bplus choke shut it down anyway, got that equalizer, and now they are of course going to look for their first leading goal of game number 3. Up in the middle for Choke. They're so fast in the area. This one might just drop in. Choke tries to make the most of it. It's not from Penny. It's not on target though, and Hamood will get it clear. Hylia is forced all the way back, and that was a big moment.
This game is so close, it's so tense. Everyone seems to be trying so many different things. We're seeing 4 shots from each team. That's actually going to be a fifth there from Choke, and not quite going to be in. He's now got 3, and one of them's gone in, but there's been a couple that have been a bit haphazardous. That one would have been impressive if it went in, to say at the least. Now Aero, look at the drop down. Lexa will be there, and Choke, easy enough. Just waiting, has to flip into that one. Simple. And Bplus looking for the side pass instead. Hylia cutting it out and just wants to stay with it. Maybe a bit of disruption going across, and Boost still won't quite be there either. And the pressure, the attempts to create pressure and the attempts to stop anything happening from Hamood is absolutely brilliant from Bplus. Choke, it's just not quite, got that finishing touch that it had last game, I think.
Yeah, the tempo has been raised here, and both teams are just having to try a little bit harder to score, as nothing is quite working the same as it was in the other 2 games. And after those 2 openers that we saw, it hasn't been quite as strong in front of net, and again Hamood just proving that they can hold it out, and Bplus Choke proving that they can cut things out from Hamood, although it's certainly easier when they're making misses like that. It points back up to the middle, but the defenders at the moment just always seem to be ready. The game sense is very much in place in this game number 3, and that just requires the quality to be raised. Can we see that come out from these teams, or are they happy to just play this out at 1-1 until someone will perhaps crack again under the pressure and make that all-important mistake?
I think actually that's what it's going to come down to, because this is a game of game sense and spatial awareness. We saw the previous goal that went in, Hylia smacking it into the corner, but Choke read that to perfection, knowing exactly where to go. And as much as it might have been nice mechanics, they're getting the car rotated exactly to get the best touch on the ball, to make sure it bounced in the best part of the corner, to bounce to the perfect spot for the person following it up. But more just knowing that you should be sat there, knowing your teammate can do that, is also brilliant. And it's slowed down. We're seeing attempts at mechanics, at anything flashy, but it's not quite working out, I don't think. And instead, it does just come down to knowing where your teammates are, knowing what your opponents are going to do, and trying to strike when you can just outplay them. And Hylia cannot get that. Okay then, Hero, showing us what he can do, and Choke slots that one away again. There's disruption in front of the goal, and just gets there at the very last second, puts it in. Nice angle, to be fair, getting that. And no one's there for Hamood to save that, and now they're down again. It's looking very difficult for them right now.
Yeah, and just a few moments ago, Aero was left last back, tried to buy time for his teammates to come back in, but if they just keep on coming forward and Aero isn't backed up enough, then he can't do it all by himself. Bplus Choke will score those, and as you say, now they have 40 seconds essentially to keep their hopes alive. If they go 0-3 down, it's going to be almost impossible for them, and this should be the third, but unbelievably, Choke has smashed the post, and it leaves 30 seconds left for Hamood to go up the other end and get this equalizer.
And they'll be trying just that. Pulse that's missing instead can stay upfield. Not much boost though, and is hunting a bump or demo there. And Aero now gonna be off the ceiling. Can't get the follow up either. This is just gonna be around in midfield, and a great double tap from Hylia. That is how you do it. That's how you secure a game, and it's technically not over. We have cursed it about 12,000 times this series already, but I really think they've got it this time. 6 shots from Choke, 3 from Hylia, 1 from Paney. They're all showing up. They've all got so much pressure on Hamood, who have got more shots this game, to be fair, I'll give it to them, but they haven't had as much pressure and as much cause for concern as the shots from last game, I think.
Yeah, and they just gave up so much space on that third goal. It allows, just invites Bplus to come forward and smash in double taps like that from Hylia, which we know that all of these players are capable of. So they go into game 4 knowing that their hopes are almost gone. There's just that little glimmer left, but if they can cut those out a little bit better, if they can mount those attacks just a little bit more confidently, then there is still that chance, but it does feel like it's now Bplus Chokes series to lose.
Exactly, they're up by 3. It's possible, but we haven't seen. We saw one game where Hamood was within a goal, and that went to an overtime. But it's still difficult to imagine that they're going to be able to take this. I think it's more a question of, can they take a game? Can they come away from this not completely distraught? Which, again, I definitely think they could. But they need to show me that they can. Not a matter of can they. They just haven't shown really what they could do last series, and that's their biggest issue. They don't have the consistency, and they've been consistently subpar, just below that level that they need to be at, and that's what's holding them back more than anything.
Yeah, it's always tough to transition that good form into the next series, especially when it's a final with as much pressure on you as this, and, you know, going into this do or die moment, they need to win 4 in a row. It's so tough, it's so rarely seen in any level of Rocket League, never mind such a high-up moment as this, but Hamood, they're here to play, they're here to try their hardest in order to make Bplus Choke work for this 4-0 sweep, but it's not going to be easy because Bplus has the opener. And
6 seconds, you know, the time to score is getting so much smaller. Each game, Bplus now being great throughout this entire series. It's been hard to really pinpoint one player from Hamood that either needs to step up or everyone needs to get to their level. You know, they're all playing at a consistent level, and if they can stay at what they've been doing, you know, at various points, it is possible, as Paney instead wants to shut it down and can with the boom. That one's going to be up to Choke, who might just get beaten by Bplus. Not quite. Paney and you see Alexa are actually battling the corner, and Hylia wants to stay with it. Can't get it round the opponent, just forcing his way upfield. Lexa now on target, and Hylia can get there. That's great awareness and a great recovery with excellent speed. Another good block. Bplus, more pressure on that arrow to the corner. Will look for the pass infield, and that will be there. Lexa actually, that's going to be just waiting around in midfield. No one pounces on that, and unfortunately the wait, I feel like, caused a bit of concern there, and that's not going to lead to a goal, unfortunately.
Here they come, though. They're trying to get the second goal. They've already guaranteed at least a share of the prize pool, but they want that first place prize, and they're going to have to fight from the very deepest depths here. 1 goal to the good with 3 minutes and 40 seconds left. So much time left for Bplus Choke to come back into this one and secure it in 4, but it's going to be difficult. Arrow tries to extend the lead. It's not to be there. It's off the post. It's left open for Hamood to score, but Choke gets back in time, and the second goal is not coming now. It's looking a bit dire at the back for the other team in Hamood, but Lexa has gotten back, and those third men rotations are just coming in time at the moment. It looks like he get this one. Yes, he does. Hylia cannot find the equalizer, and so close for both of these teams scoring, but we stay at 1-0.
The rotations from Hamood have been what's done it for me this game, genuinely. They were back, they had someone there, they've been trying either back passes or getting it, you know, just central. But when they're on offense, they have someone constantly attacking the ball or there to receive the ball when they let the opponent have a chance. That's what it's been. They've been letting them have a chance here again. They've got a triangle set up there, and that's not going to be in, unfortunately. They had someone back, someone with the ball, someone ready to receive, and they're looking dangerous. They keep this up. Genuinely, their rotations mixed with the games that we have seen from them is going to be what's winning. Unfortunately, Paney with a demo, and an excellent one at that, securing that goal for Choke. And now Bplus Choke, the team, not the player, of course, have tied it up. They are 1-1, and they've got just over half a game left to pull ahead and not have to worry about an overtime here.
Yeah, Lexa left completely by himself in that 1v2. It was always going to be tough, never mind with the demo coming out, so means that Bplus Choke are allowed back into this one. That one defensive rotational mistake comes out from Hamood and allows that equalizer to come through. They have to keep it consistent no matter what. Even if they're trying to go up the other end and extend their lead, it cannot be allowed to come down to a 1v2 situation like that where the demos are so consistent from this Bplus Choke side. And oh my word, Lexa somehow reached this one from Choke, but they keep coming. Hylia has it on net. Horses gets this one away as well. The demo comes out from Lexa, allows them some rest, some reprieve. And unbelievably, we stay at 1-0. This game is just incredible. Both teams are fighting, 1 for the sweep and 2 for the reverse sweep. So we stay at 1-1. We stay searching for this winning goal, perhaps the final nail in the coffin. But Not forthcoming just yet. Penny somehow just slots this one home. They do not read it. It is too quick from Penny, and that might be the goal that wins it all, because with 2 minutes left, it's looking very, very scary for Hamood's side that need to win. They still need to win 4 in a row.
Bplus was going for a demo there as well, and that was read to perfection. I thought, he got that, it's fine, he can take a shot, maybe someone will follow up, but he got speed off of that, 89 kph, that's, not the fastest, but from a standstill, absolutely brutal. Now this one's chipped up, Hylia can get a touch to the side, and now Choke again, booming it out. He's been the star player for Bplus in this series, today, really. I want to say the whole tournament, arguably one of the best players. It's hard to think of anyone else. It's Bplus now. Staying with us in the corner, and Choke, another boom here, can follow it up as well, has the boost to do so, and not quite the demo he's looking for on the follow-up, and Lexa now making a difficult piece of defense for Hylia, and we'll see Aero put this one in. It's going to be easy enough, as that's just waiting around in front of the goal, and another tied game. It's so intense. This final game, potentially, in this entire series, the shots are racking up on both sides, the goals are racking up, and so is the tension. We've got just over a minute, about 75 seconds left here, and that could be all we need to decide the winner of this entire tournament.
Especially if we keep seeing the lackluster rotations come through again. Hylia was left by himself in the 1v2. Meant it was so difficult for him to defend, but this one might just be straight in from Bplus. Hylia this time makes up for his bit of a dodgy clearance for that equalizer, and just get it clear. Now he picks it up in the midfield. Bplus is up. Hylia's beating him though. Is it on target? It's off the post. Is it going in? Penny is clear. Hylia comes again. Bplus doesn't get there. Hylia has the double tap. It's in, and we're back into the lead.
They've done it. Hylia now 5 shots, second in the lobby, even not most on his team, second in the lobby. It's so intense. Everyone firing on all cylinders, getting that one in. It's so close. The saves are brilliant, and reaching for everything is every single player, and that's not gonna roll in. Oh my, Alexa, wanting to keep this one close, and that's not gonna be in either. Hylia maybe getting the angle, and Hylia does. 7 shots now for him, and with 34 seconds left, I don't want to say it's confirmed, because it definitely isn't confirmed, but oh my, what a performance from him in this game.
They've stepped up when they needed to most in a final that could have been made so difficult, and maybe it hasn't been completely easy, but a 4-0 sweep is certainly showing your skill in a league like this, where there's so many good teams, and Bplus Choke have just dominated the proceedings. They get the 4th goal there from Hylia, and he's certainly stepped up. All 3 of them have. It's been wonderful to see. Can they keep it alive, Hamood? No. It will not find the 3rd goal to make it scary in the last few seconds, and surely this secures it from Choke. He will get it in the back of the net eventually, and they are well worth this 4-0 sweep, because Hamood, they tried their hardest, but they were never quite in this series the same way that Bplus Choke were, and they do come away as the runners-up.
Yeah, it's really not possible at this point. On a technicality, yes, but Bplus Choke, they've taken this, and deservedly so. They've been very dominant. And what is that kickoff? It's unorthodox to say at the least. And there we go. We have our winners, Bplus Choke of the Slipstream European Winter Cup. They fought so well throughout. I don't think 4-0 reflects how close that last game was. It was definitely a phenomenon, really. I think that it could have been closer. Maybe one more game and Hamood take it. I don't think they would have, reversed with the best of 9. That's a bit too much to ask. But they played well. Bplus Choke played even better, though. Can you just try and sum up that series for us? Because I have no idea what just happened, really.
I mean, Hamood, they made them work for every single game. There was no easy moments in one go from Bplus Choke, but overall, they were just the better team, and they just had that edge. They just wanted it that little bit more than Hamood, and it means they come up with that seemingly dominating 4-0 scoreline to take it all home, and Hamood can be left pretty sad with that one, considering how many good chances they had, how many times they threatened to make Bplus Choke pay for their missed chances, but wasn't quite to be. And Bplus Choke, they are your deserving victors. We keep saying it, and it's because it's true. Hamood, we're not quite up to the same par, and your winners are Bplus Choke. They do win that €150 for their back pockets.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like you said, deserved. We'll keep saying it. They were the best team. I think Choke was the best player at the entire event, but I have to give credit to his supporting players. They were also genuinely brilliant. Of course, Hamood getting that 60 euros second place, and they were, I feel like, pretty far ahead of their competition in terms of third, fourth. And that's going to conclude it for today, though. Have you got anything else to say in terms of the tournament and how it ended, and just predictions, and how it turned out for you?
Well, I mean, we both said Bplus Choke would win it. You said 7, I said 6, so I've done slightly better there, maybe.
You could have it, yeah, sure.
but it's been an absolute pleasure to come and join Slipstream for this event, for my first ever cast here. Both teams put on a really, really big show. They both deserving of their prizes, and I just can't wait to see what else Slipstream can offer.
100%. And if you are looking for more Slipstream stuff, before we leave you viewers, I have to tell you, look out for ECC Season 10. It'll be coming in early 2022. Nothing confirmed just yet, but make sure you keep your eyes peeled. That will be with you very shortly. That concludes today and the Slipstream European Winter Cup. It has been an absolute pleasure to cast alongside multiple people, and of course a great debut from you. Absolutely loved it. Great play from everyone. Well deserved by Bplus Choke. We will be seeing you very soon with another tournament. Stay safe.